fifth, 1/3. Oh, and we're live. Okay, we are looking at expected value, and this is actually my favorite thing to do because this is how I win at Monopoly all the time. Well, also, Monopoly has a subtle psychological component to it too, but we'll talk about that later. No, we won't. I'm not going to give away my secrets. Anyways, here's the scenario. The Monopoly board is completely full of hotels, okay? This is actually the side just after jail. And so this is the jail square. And this is St. Charles. And then there's the electric company, and then States and Virginia and Pennsylvania Railroad, all the way up here, all the way around to free parking. And then we end up at Kentucky Avenue. So here is somebody sitting on Connecticut Avenue with the little dog, with the little dog piece, and they're about to throw the die. And what we want to know, if I own all of these purple and the railroad, and I own St. James, Tennessee, and New York, which is not unusual, and I have all hotels on these, what is the expected value to me of the roll that they make? Okay, so they're going to roll 2 die, hotels on all of those. What's the expected value of that roll? In other words, how much are they going to have to pay me? So if you remember, this was the array we used to calculate the probability of getting any particular roll based on a 2 die throw. Okay, so if I throw a 1 and a 1, I'm going to get a 2. If I throw a 2 and a 1, I'm going to get a 3. And we can actually calculate the probability based on the total number of outcomes being on the denominator side of our probability, and then we just count how many outcomes, how many desired outcomes divided by that to figure out what the outcome is. So jail, there is no roll that sends you into jail, so that's good. The probability there is 0. Nobody is going to go to jail. St. Charles Place, you have to roll 2. So you have to roll a 1 and a 1, and so there's only one possibility in 36 that you're going to land on St. Charles Place. Electric company is very paltry. An electric company, you're going to roll 3 to land on electric company. So there are 2 ways to get 3. So 2 out of 36 is the probability there. States, 3 out of 36. Virginia, 4 out of 36, or 1/9. Pennsylvania, 5 out of 36. If you roll a 7, you're going to land on St. James Place, and that's the highest probability at 6 out of 36. Okay, and then the probability starts to decline again. So getting community chest, 5 out of 36. Tennessee is 4 out of 36. Landing on New York, which is worth the most with a hotel, 3 out of 36. Free parking. A lot of people think you get money on free parking. This is absolutely wrong. It's clearly spelled out in the rules. You get nothing if you land on free parking. Don't let anybody do that. Takes away the skill of the game. There is a 2 in 36 chance, though, that you're going to go on free parking. And Kentucky, worth the most at $1,050, is a 1 in 36 chance that you're going to land on Kentucky. And I've got my probabilities in my roll in the wrong place here. Okay, so I'm just going to switch that. So probability, I'm not going to worry about. I'm just going to put x times the probability of x in that column, and then this is just going to be an empty column. So sorry for those of you who have fastidiously written this out. Okay, now the expected value of the roll is going to be how much they pay when they land on a particular square times the probability of landing on that square. We're going to calculate all those probabilities, and then we're going to add them up. And if you're doing the adding, all of our probabilities will add already. You can see that they add up to 1. If you're willing to do a lot of like adding fractions, all those probabilities add to 1. Okay, now we're going to do the value, if they land on this, multiplied by the probability. And so 1/36 of 1,050 is $29.17. Not much. $0 times 2 out of 36, well, that's 0. New York, you get $1,000, but there's a 1/12th chance that you'll get that. So this is $83.33. Tennessee, 4 out of 36 of 950, $105. Things are getting better, okay? Community chest, we're just assuming you don't get anything when you land on community chest. If you're like me, pretty much what you win is the beauty contest, which isn't worth very much, okay? So St. James Place, $950, but the highest probability, and so you're going to get $158. So the value times the probability is $158, so that's sort of the sweet spot. Here's the railroad, 2778, okay? Virginia, 4 out of 36, or 1/9 of $900, $100 contributed by Virginia. States, 62.50. Electric company, hardly anything, 50 cents. Okay, don't waste your money on utilities. And then $20.83. And this obviously doesn't, oh, that's a 0 for sure. Okay, so the expected probability is just the sum of all these, of this column, the value times the probability of getting that value. We add them all up, and essentially, when we do that, we get 157. Sorry, that's not right. It is $557. Okay. So the expected value of somebody rolling from Connecticut all the way around the Monopoly board is going to be about $557. So it's the value times the probability. We add them all up, and that's the expected value of that next roll. And that's expected value.